Hi. This is the last chat on forgiveness. I promise I had no idea there was going to be 3 when I started on this. However, you keep writing to me about it, and I want to let you know that I'm listening, and you bring up some very, very important things as well. So this month you wrote to tell me how difficult it has been to forgive or to be forgiven. And you have shared some really compelling, heartbreaking stories of abuse, of loss, other transgressions, and you've shared with me the reasons why you can't yet forgive, or how you're sure, absolutely sure, that you will never be forgiven. So first I want to say that there are no rewards or penalties for doing this kind of work. There's no win, lose, there's no pass, fail. There's nothing you have to do, not now, not later. Nothing is going to happen if you don't take any of my suggestions or anyone else's. And if someone now or later or in an afterlife asks you how you're doing on this subject, you can say, I'm doing the best I can. Or you can say, I get it right some of the time, or most of the time, or I've gotten through some of my list and I have a ways to go. Or you can say, this is really difficult for me and I'm doing the best I can. I'm still working on it. Also, helpful suggestion this time is not to assign the K word to whatever's going on. The karma word, it's their karma, it's my karma, it's our karma, because it's such a catch-all phrase for everything, and everything gets dumped into it like a big pot. And eventually that pot overflows and everyone's karma gets washed together, or whatever that is. It's like kicking the can down the road. It's just going to come up again somewhere else, especially the way that we're using the word these days. So maybe instead, if we can identify whatever it is and either do something about it or not, but no, this is it. This is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. This is at the heart of it. And that way we just don't spread it around like it's just karma. Okay. My sooner do something about this sooner rather than later is not because time is so running out on this. It's just for your benefit. It's for no one else's benefit but yours. Because these issues are weighty, they are dense, and sometimes they are toxic. And I'm selfish, and I don't want people I care about to carry any much of a heavier load than we need to, or than we're doing already. So these are not just minor thoughts that we're going to get around to someday, not in most of the case. These are things that take up residence inside of us. So where? It's either in our heart, or in our liver, in our thyroid, in our pancreas, and all the places that hold things that we don't want to hold or keep in our conscious mind. And they take up residence there, rent-free. They are contributing to what we do not need. And I don't have to tell you that there are already enough stressors in our life from other places, other situations in our life, so we don't need to add any more, if at all possible. So forgiveness, if we do it, is something that we do for our own well-being. You're not letting anyone off the hook. You're not agreeing to be friends with someone or to get back together with someone, and you're not going to go on as if nothing had ever happened. You are just freeing up energy that has much better uses. You are removing content that is stored somewhere where you don't need it in your storyline. And when you do this, if you do this, you just do it in the privacy of your own heart. It does not require an encounter with someone else or a meeting or that kind of resolution. Forgiveness is something else altogether. Have you ever told a story? Have you ever told a story, your story, so many times that you can't stand hearing it one more time yourself? You can't stand listening to yourself telling that story one more time? I have. So maybe you have too. So that's what you're letting go of. You're letting go of that content, of that story. And if you do, you will probably find a version of yourself that you are more comfortable with, more content with. So when you write to me and say, oh, but if you only knew my story, you would understand why I can't ... I do understand. I do know, and you have to trust me on this one. I know. So I think we all deserve medals of valors for everything we have encountered, experienced in this life and in others. But in the meantime, while we're here and while our names are being printed on those medals of valor, and while our wings are being custom fitted for us, maybe there's a little bit more we can do here for ourselves, maybe for others, or not. Okay, that's it.